Julian could smell the island before he saw it, a gut-punch mix of old meat and sulfur hanging thick over the North Atlantic waves. His little boat cut through an endless red bloom, fish floating belly up all around, and the cliffs of Hrafnsey loomed ahead like broken teeth. The harbor was deserted, the houses crouched up the hillside, windows dark. When he finally staggered onto the pier, the water clung to his boots in red threads, and somewhere inland, a lone light flickered in a pub's window. He felt like he had just crossed into a place that was not meant for outsiders. Inside the only open building, a smoky, yellow-lit pub, 3 men stared at Julian like he was a ghost. The bartender sent him to see Constable McNeil, a sweating, red-faced man who dismissed Julian's concerns about the bloom and the sickness in town. Everyone spoke in whispers, their gazes haunted. When Julian pressed, the constable's jaw clenched. "Just one of those things," he growled, dismissing the thick, rancid bloom in the harbor as if it were something ordinary. He found the cottage they gave him, cold, stone-walled, perched on the lonely cliff edge, and left his gear behind to head down to the black, slimy beach. The tide had left a scatter of dead crabs with shells soft as paper, and everywhere the red slime thickened. But it was the shape half submerged in pebbles that made him stop, a dead seal dragged up above the tide. Its skin was stripped away in one perfect motion, leaving glistening muscle and staring white eyes. No blood, no sign of struggle. As the light faded, a thick yellow fog began crawling up from the water, and in its depths Julian heard a sound, something large dragging itself over the rocks. He sprinted up the rocks as the yellow fog enveloped the beach, that dragging noise just behind him. Safe inside the cottage, Julian watched the fog press up against the tiny window, thicker than any storm. Something huge and unseen circled the house, pausing every few minutes. He clutched his sample bottle. Inside, the red-black water looked almost alive. All night, Julian scrawled notes and sketches of the seals exposed, mussels and the unnatural things moving in the mist. By morning, the island was silent again. But outside, the red tide had only spread, and Julian knew that this was no ordinary bloom. Island people looked away as he left, not because they did not know the truth, but because they did not dare speak it.